Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show, everybody. Keaton Weiss here with Russell Dobular. Jimmy is on his way back from a leg of his tour, and he will be back on Wednesday. So this is a fun one. Anomaly tweets out, the New York Times wrote a quote-unquote fact-check article today defending seed oils and smearing beef tallow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. What RFK Jr. gets right and wrong about nutrition. They put some screenshots of the article. That was nice of them so that we didn't have to go and dig through this whole article because I'm sure that was not a very entertaining read. Seed oils, his claim, RFK's claim, Americans are being unknowingly poisoned by seed oils like canola, soybean, and sunflower oils, and it would be healthier for restaurants to fry food in beef tallow instead. What the research suggests. The claim that seed oils are harmful to health is false, nutrition experts say. Decades of research have shown that seed oils are not only safe, but the heart-healthy unsaturated fats they contain have been linked with reduced risks for cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and earlier death. Seed oils are a far better choice for health than solid fat alternatives like beef tallow, butter, or lard, which are high in saturated fats. Now, I've always heard that seed oils were bad for you. Now, they say, what they're doing is they're doing a bad faith interpretation of the word poison. Like, are seed oils, is it arsenic? is it cyanide? Like, will it kill you if you ingest it? No, it's not valve oil that you put in your trumpet, but it's not good for you. Like, it's not good for you. I think that's what he means. I think it's a fair way of saying it, that you're being poisoned with seed oils, because, yeah, they are, of course, bad for you. This fact check is absolutely wild. Okay, so they weren't done. They didn't stop at the seed oils. This is actually the craziest one, because I honestly don't know what the health benefits or risks of beef tallow are. I don't even know what the fuck beef tallow is. What is beef tallow? Do you know beef tallow?
Beef tallow, I think that's beef fat.
Yeah, I assume it's like a lard, according to what they had there.
That's what they used to make the McDonald's fries out of. And when they decided to scale it up, they looked for different ways to make it taste like that without using beef tallow that would be cheaper. And they went to really nasty seed oil combo.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I figured.
It gives you like a similar
based on everything
taste.
Else in that paragraph.
Right.
I figured it was like a lard or a fat or something.
But the McDonald's fries were legendary from the beginning of the franchise because they were cooked in beef tallow. It gave them a very special taste.
Interesting. All right, so this is a second fact check here. This fact check is absolutely wild. Yeah, this one is kind of crazy. Mr. Kennedy has singled out Fruit Loops as an example of a product with too many artificial ingredients, questioning why the Canadian version has fewer than the U.S. version. But he was wrong. Underline, obviously, Mike's underline there. The ingredient list is roughly the same, although Canada's has natural colorings made from blueberries and carrots, while the U.S. product contains red dye number 40, yellow number 5, and blue number 1, as well as butylated hydroxytoluene, or BHT, a lab-made chemical that is used for freshness, according to the ingredient label.
How do you even write that sentence?
Yeah, like, how do you even formulate that? Like, no, it's wrong to say that there are fewer artificial ingredients in the Canadian version than there are in the U.S. version, except for these lists of artificial ingredients that are in the U.S. version and not in the Canadian version.
Yeah, like, how do you even type that? Yeah. Like, how did that get past an editor? What? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty wild. And you know what this reminds me of? Because I wonder what it's like. I mean, I'm sure it's lack of regulation, but I also, I'm reminded of the argument against like universal health care. You probably remember hearing this at some point in time when you were debating someone over like Medicare for all and stuff. I heard this a lot, which is, well, the reason these other countries have free health care is they're basically freeloaders off the fact that the pharmaceutical companies are able to practice for-profit medicine here in the United States, which is a way of saying that we get ripped off so hard by the pharmaceutical companies here that finances everybody else's free healthcare around the world. Like
I actually never did hear that argument.
Oh, I've heard that a bunch of times. Well, in Europe they get free healthcare because all the drug companies make so much money off of us suckers here in America that they're able to deal with the healthcare systems around the world that aren't run for profit. Maybe that's a thing here. Maybe they just make such profit off of just putting as much crap as possible in the food. They make it cheaper here so then they can sell the good shit to the other countries overseas. Maybe it's a similar dynamic over there.
Well, the other countries overseas just don't allow it.
Right.
Just like with the drugs. It's illegal. You just cannot put this. And when I was in Italy, everybody told me, you get low G if you eat a plate of pasta here. You're not going to feel that way. They were right. They were right. When I ate pasta in Italy, I didn't have that I got to take a nap now. Felt fine. Because you don't have all this shit in it. Actual food. Yeah. What a concept.
Actual food. Experts say, that's all you need to know, seed oils are marginally preferable to poison. Tallow and other saturated fats are far and away the healthiest sources of fat, says Buddy. All right, so the U.S. Right to Know puts out a study here. Largest nutritionists group captured by food, pharma, and agribusiness companies. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics accepted millions of dollars from food, pharmaceutical, and agribusiness companies, had policies to provide favors in return, and invested in ultra-processed food company stocks, according to a study published today in Public Health Nutrition. The Academy says it is, quote, the world's largest organization of nutrition and dietetics practitioners, representing more than 112,000 credentialed practitioners, including registered dietitian nutritionists and other food and nutrition professionals. The study was produced by Public Health Scholars and U.S. Right to Know, a nonprofit investigative public health group that obtained tens of thousands of pages of internal Academy documents through state public records requests. So, once again, friend of the show, Jimmy Dore here, says seed oils are poisonous. New York Times' propaganda intended to manufacture consent for billionaires and corporations' agenda. I ask people who get their info from corporate media, is there anything you read or watch on TV news that you don't believe? They never give me an answer.
Amen.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been pretty common knowledge since I was a kid. I knew seed oils were bad for you. And you know where RFK should go, where they probably don't have many seed oils? Gaza. A lot of olive oil in Gaza, right?
It's all olive oil.
A lot of olive trees, right? Yeah, over there.
He'd love it there.
He would love it there. I recommend he go there. No seed oils in Gaza. That's one thing he would like about them. Yeah, maybe it would change his attitude.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's we were talking about this the other day. This is where the healthy at any size things comes from. A lot of these people, a lot of these nutritionists, they're paid by snack companies to tell you that. Oh, yeah, no, you can be morbidly obese, and it's wonderful for you. It's wonderful. You just have a different body. That's all. You're Rubenesque. That's it. These people are being paid by food companies. It's a horrible, horrible thing to do to people. With RFK, you know, I mentioned the Y files. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. You know, and he does different conspiracy theories and things like that. But he's fair. Like, he'll talk about what disproves it or what doesn't disprove it. And I said something the other day that pretty much sums up where I am with RFK. You know, man, I can't completely dismiss some of the things he says that I disagree with, because I've seen too many things that I disagree with turn out to be true. Now, as far as this stuff goes, I have done research with the seed oils, and yeah, that's not good for you.
My mom wouldn't let me eat cereal with the partially hydrogenated soybean oils as a kid. It sucked being a kid. Honestly, it was a real drag. Like, all the best cereals with the coolest cartoons on the boxes had the hydrogenated oils, and I'm like, can we get the Flintstone cereal? No, it has the palm oil. It has the partially hydrogenated oil. So I had to eat that shit. What was it? So the almond whatever, a bunch of fucking cornflakes with honey and almond. I mean, not bad, but not. No,
that
Fruit
shit's
Loops,
terrible.
Man. Fruit Loops
for
was
you.
where it was at.
That shit's terrible for you.
The Cocoa Pebbles were where it's at. Yeah.
The Fruit Loops, Count Chocula. Yo, dude, when I was growing up, they were still cooking with Crisco. They still had Crisco. Everybody had that shit in their house. Like, it's not like now everybody cooks with olive oil, which really, that
my dad always cooked with olive oil. He made popcorn with olive oil.
Yeah, my mom cooked with Crisco, man. My mom very much had a 50s brain. She was coming out of the 50s. She thought like that. She cooked that very Ozzy.
We didn't put butter on popcorn. We put olive oil. We cooked popcorn with olive oil. Yeah. It was olive oil all day, every day.
Well, you missed out, man. You missed out.
Yeah, I mean, butter on popcorn is nice. The cartoon cereals are nice. Yeah, I didn't have any of those.
No, but RFK, what he says about food, I've never heard him say anything about that I disagreed with.
Well, it's obvious, right? I mean, isn't it obvious? Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me.
Well, of course it is. And really, if what he wants to do were enacted, you'd essentially have the standards of food that you have in every other freaking country.
Right.
East, West, worldwide. You would have food standards of pesticides and additives and preservatives they do not allow in their food. This is why, hey, if he gets confirmed, which I have my doubts about, but if he does, they're going to fight him tooth and nail, man. This is billions and billions of dollars involved in poisoning people. And if you look at, I was just saying, when I was growing up, people cooked with Crisco. They ate the big bucket of KFC, unironically, and not on the rare occasion. But you look at those pictures of people on the beach, and they're not obese like they are now. So, and people theoretically eat healthier now than they did then.
Right.
Now people, you hand somebody a plastic wrapped cupcake, they're going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's nasty. Right. Back then, everybody ate that shit. Everyone gave that shit to their kids, and we were not fat like that. So what have they added to the food since then to make people this obese and make them have to fight that hard to not be obese?
Exactly. It's harder to eat healthy. Now you can think you're eating healthier than you were, but you have to be a scientist to know what you're looking at on the label.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.